This is the Road to Wembley 2025, and this is the Mad for It Podcast.
All right, boys, here we go.
All right, so the topic of discussion for today is support acts. Nothing announced so far. Who are we going to be seeing at Wembley next year? And more importantly, will there be any good?
It could be anyone. It could literally be
It really could, yeah.
anybody. Like,
It couldn't be anybody. It's not going to be Michael Jackson, is it?
well, yeah.
But you think
no
Noel...
matter how large a band you are, there's certain bands who aren't. I said it could be anyone, and I'm now backpedaling on it.
Good.
But the main contenders have to be Blossoms, considering they put a the day
thing.
after they finished
The
their
day,
gig.
yeah.
So you'd think that they're from the same area as well, so they must be like a strong contender to do it.
Stockport band.
Yeah, I saw an interview with them earlier today, and they were like, they haven't booked us. We don't know anything. They're probably going to book next year. But it's like, who could it be? Because there's that idea, it's going to be a bunch of older Britpop bands.
That would be the
But
goal.
then, I think they'll either go for someone young. There's like rumours that Gene Gallagher's band are going to...
Yeah, well, that's what I think, because I think Noel, he's either going to go with everyone we want to see, or he's going to go with like the cheapest option so that they make more money out of every gig. It's going to be a bunch of unknowns, a bunch of just... But
nobody's going there for the support act, is the thing.
No,
They've sold
but
the
when
tickets.
you've got like 90,000 hungry Mancunian-loving fans, you can't come out and be like, oh, this is like
Someone you never heard
Snow
of.
Patrol or something, you know.
I bet, like, because Noel Gallagher's so far at Bono's arse, they're going to have Inhaler, who's Bono's son's band.
Okay.
Like, I reckon they're definitely going to be one of the bands. They'll be like, yeah, they're
And then
good.
Liam's son's
and
band.
they're like big anyway, but I
Right.
don't know why. Like, I say that I've never listened to a song of theirs. So
But is that not the choice? It's either, is it a new band, like Blossoms, like Inhaler, or is
What
it your
Stone
classics?
Roses, Poor Heat, and
Weller?
Well,
oh,
That's it.
gorgeous.
Is that
Weller,
where
do
they're
it.
going to go?
Do it, no.
Weller's going to come out for something because he played the guitar solo on Champagne Supernova.
Yeah, I only found out the other
Yeah,
day.
I only found out the other. So they're probably going to bring him out on one of them to play.
My
that,
boy.
Like, yeah, like
That's gotta be the one.
term that I learned the other day from a Limmy stream. Well ends, like the haircut, the Oasis haircut.
Well, what about the thing that came out today about the Smiths' name is now in Johnny Marr's custody, so he can do what he wants with the Smiths. So he could bring the Smiths back, get a rolling thing of. I mean, they
Like
do
a
that for their
female
own.
singer, like
Yeah, just to piss
Linkin
Morrissey
Park,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, just to have a laugh, and then it would be like Stone Roses Smiths thing. That would just blow everyone out of the water.
I think you're right when you're talking about the cheap options, which doesn't mean
Yes,
they're bad
yeah,
bands,
it
but
is, yeah.
I think newer, cheaper bands is
Because
probably
then
where
also
they're likely to
you
go.
keep everyone's energy low. You know, if Stone Roses come out and play "I'm the Resurrection," I'm going to go mental and use all my energy on that.
I think there's zero chance of Stone Roses playing.
No, but
Yeah,
that's my number
because
one
Zero
they
chance.
they played. Ian Brown could play
as himself. Yeah,
as himself.
Yeah.
He could play, but when they came back, it's like if you see like the live footage of when they played Wembley,
Yeah.
it was like 20 flares going off in
But
the crowd. It had
remember,
like that
like,
same like animalistic kind of thing that
what's
the
his name?
Oasis could.
John Squire just did that album with Liam.
With
right?
Liam,
So
yeah,
that's
with
like
Liam.
we're all in the same.
But that'd be its
waters.
own event, I think, if they. But then
Yeah.
if you throw enough money at them, because they could make more money than they would do supporting Oasis, because it kind of looks like they're playing second fiddle, and
Right.
it'd be its own kind of thing if they came back and did their own thing.
But what I'm trying to say is that like if we put money, we were all excited to pay for money to go and see it because we want to recreate the Manchester kind of vibe. So if you had Happy Mondays, Stone Roses, whatever Johnny Marr wants to do with himself, then it would be just like, oh, we're here, we're back, like get that kind of core vibe going. But again,
Yeah, but I don't
It's
think
not
Johnny
gonna-
Marr's a bad shout, though.
yeah, Johnny
Like,
Marr would be a
Johnny
good
Marr, I
one.
can see as
he
a
does a
support.
few Smiths hits, he does
Yeah.
his hits.
When I
Like,
saw Noel Gallagher at a little festival in the Northeast, he was a support.
right,
They obviously got on well,
yeah,
like that.
good lads.
Yeah.
famous. You know,
Yeah.
people know the songs.
Yeah, you haven't knows miserable now. You hear that and you think, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Johnny Marr's a good shout. Paul Weller's a good shout as well. Like, but looking at it, because when they did Nebworth, I think they had different.
it was a Mannix.
They-
from Nebworth.
Mannix,
Yeah,
Prodigy. It was
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Another one that I saw, and it was a different lineup of people supporting. So I wonder if they're going to change it every day or.
Yeah,
But
but will
that's-
they just have Blossoms,
Because
Liam's
they-
band, you two guys band,
I saw
and just
they
have
had the
like
bootleg Beatles open at the Nebworth gig.
That's too close.
And then
to the
they
line, though.
posted the bootleg Beatles posted something, and then they it wasn't like cryptic, but they said something like almost as if like they were in the discussion to do it again. It was like wishful
The
thinking.
rumours, the
Like
bootlegs.
if I'd go and see like the best Beatles tribute band
it's
after Oasis.
after, like
Well, I mean, they're the Oasis of the
Indigo
ultimate
O2
Beatles
afterwards,
tribute
mate.
band. Like,
The thing that's different to Nebworth though is that was all day. Like the bootleg Beatles run at like 1 o'clock, whereas this is like
what time's this
the
start?
tickets are like doors open 5 o'clock or something like that. So like
So what are we
you're
gonna
gonna
get?
get one or two
Two, so
supports,
it's
one
gotta
of which
be
might
two.
be tiny. You're gonna get that's what you're gonna
Paramore.
get. From it.
imagine they didn't announce it. And you just show up and you get what you're given. Like it's
That
just
would
like
be
a
pretty
surprise.
cool.
Like it could be like
The
Springsteen.
Kings of Leon.
No support.
Like,
Yeah.
come out or something like.
Who does Springsteen have?
Nobody. He just comes up. Well, he does
No,
three.
he just goes up
He
and
does
does
3
his own
hours,
thing.
but like Oasis, I'm going to do 3 hours.
Unless he's
but
doing Hyde Park, yeah. It's like,
That'd be pretty. That'd be good. Well, they could do 2 hours, right? You could make you wait forever,
yeah,
like
they
Guns
could-
N'
they
Roses.
could do
just
that.
make you
You
wait
just
all
show up
night.
and they come on at fucking 8 o'clock and
Yeah, and just smash
play
it.
till.
Because there's enough music there that they could do.
I just don't think they are. They're not going to do that. are
They're
they?
just going to do
They're not gonna do
exactly
that. Yeah, they're gonna do-
1:30,
The
The
Charlottans are
1:20.
going to come
yeah.
out and play.
Yeah, it's going to be just someone
Like
kind of
there's
Suede.
Suede won't do it. I think Suede are too. I don't even know.
They haven't
Did
got the
they ever
songs
even
for it.
get on? I'm not too sure. Like
Who would you
Yeah.
want to see?
You know who I want to see? I want to see the Smiths. I want to see Stone Roses. I want to see Happy Mondays. I want the Manchester vibe in one room. That's why I paid the ticket. And then I don't ever have to go to a gig ever again. Because I've done everything. I've completed music by that point.
But the modern version of that is Blossoms. As
But
the
I've never
support,
heard Blossom. I
right?
don't-
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they're a
got-
big Manchester band. They sell like out, big venues. That's the current
Well,
like
I got
big
time
band in
to get into
Manchester.
them. Okay. Well, all right, but that's one. So what about yours? What's your dream lineup then? Anyone in the world? Oh, Weller as well. I'm putting Weller on the chart
oh, yeah.
as the jam. It's the dream lineup, right?
I think Johnny Marr is a really good shout. And
Yeah,
when he
safe.
played before Noel, when I saw
Yeah.
him, he was really good. And actually, I think that's the perfect level of like credible, old, not going to steal the show. Also has like
He's-
has all the songs
yeah,
as well. Is
yeah.
like still really good. They're not
And-
like
yeah.
carting out someone who like is well past it.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah, I wonder
just-
what Sean Ryder can do now, though.
Just,
Bez is still up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get Blur to support.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Have the
all over
worst-
Graham Cox and
worst support
Damon
band ever.
Albarn.
Yeah.
I think Manic Street Preachers might be in there.
Don't-
I would,
don't-
like, I
don't
would
tingle
love
me like
to
that.
see that, like that burst of Trigger Happy TV nostalgia
Yeah,
that I like, and that the songs off that first album
yeah.
would be wicked to see because they could do that. Like
They
they're
could,
not above it.
I saw him at Ali Pali this year, and they again like Weezer, they just did the hits, and it was like fucking hell, like 45, 50 minutes,
Yeah.
whatever hour.
yeah.
It was
But
all bangers. It was just like, oh man.
I don't know if that band Amel and the Sniffers supported Liam Gallagher when he did Australia or something. And they like support everyone. They're always
do,
on,
don't
like
they?
doing
Yeah.
Foo Fighters
Yeah.
and stuff. And they're wicked. Like I've only seen them once, but they were so
But you
good.
got to think about the crowd. Like it's not
Yeah,
normal
mean,
people kind of
first
gig. This is
opener,
like
because they'll have two.
Oasis
They'll have
hungry guys.
Mm.
first opener, main opener, and then Oasis. I can imagine. I think they'll do a
Just the
freer.
two. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think they're going to alternate throughout the days, like because it's
Like
gonna be
Rolling
the same
Stones
cost.
do every day, a different
Yeah,
support.
just a different support. I can't imagine they're going to have the same support each because like
Yeah.
there'll
It's
be
a
people-
commitment, though, isn't it? Because that's your summer gone if
You've
you're
gotta
that
be
support.
organised.
You're not doing anything else.
And
apart
what
from
if we
Oasis
missed
support.
the day where Johnny
Yeah.
Marr was a Tuesday
That's a
and we
good
saw
point. The
The
Blossoms
Smiths
on
are back for one
Yeah,
day.
fuck
Yeah,
off,
that's a good
yeah.
point because August people will be going doing festivals and they'll be doing
Yeah.
wedding. Like I can't
Yeah, they're all
imagine
booked up, right?
apart from any of the Gallagher sons doing.
They
stuff,
can't- they
Everyone
can't
else
get
will be
the
out doing
relation,
something. So
yeah.
I think people are going to do one-off jaunts of whatever
But how-
festival. they're
it's
doing,
a lot
then
of
leave
gigs,
next
though.
day go and do another one.
I imagine so. But then you got things like we were all worried or like wondering if they were going to do like Glasgow or whatever, and we're like, well, they're too big for Glasgow.
Yeah.
You can't do that. So will they make their own festival or will they just be the highlight of their own gig?
I don't think it is a day festival. I don't think it's that sort of gig. I
No,
think it's
I
like you're
think-
here for Oasis and here's something to warm you up.
Okay.
I think they'll do two
Pretty standard
support
stuff.
slots if they do any.
Okay.
So
I've got
you
I've
there.
got 2 words for you. Sam Fender.
Oh, there we fucking go.
Well,
That's
there you
it,
go.
innit?
He's
That's
big.
it.
He's northern. The crowd will love him.
Yeah, that's
Just
it.
like
Sam
yourself.
Fender. What?
Just like yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Northern crowd will love them.
That's it. We've
Killed it.
Yeah, Sam Fender's going to do it. He's going to come out and be like, "Oh, what? Louis Capaldi." No, he's not.
Yeah. Well, he did that.
Yeah,
he
no,
did that
Gallagher
Noel
didn't
thing.
like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Who's that Capaldi fella?
But that'd be a very Noel thing when it's turn it around and be like, yeah, let the lad have his day and just like we're all in it for a laugh. And
Yeah.
it depends if it's going to come down on the money side, like we've kind of seen from Ticketmaster. It's not for the boys, for the fans. Is a 90 quid
Who's your
ticket.
dad going to like want to see as a support
Weller.
act kind of thing. That's
Weller,
like,
Marr.
Weller,
That's
Marr.
it.
Yeah, it's. I'd love Ocean Colour Scene. If
I feel like that's kind of tier wise, that might be
What's that?
done. Is this the pizza?
I
Is
think
the
we might have
here?
pizza coming.
We didn't state the challenge, did we?
Yeah, so basically, we ordered a pizza before we started, and now pizza's come. So we're
So
gonna
that's
eat.
it. That's the end of the thing.
And that
like,
might be the end of the podcast.
short and sweet.
Short
Love
and
ya.
sweet.
Well, let's have him bring the pizzas in and get
Yeah,
weighted on a little
We'll get
bit.
the
and
Zara on camera.
I couldn't listen to myself at 12.
The sunny cast no shadow. Okay, so
Okay, so like Pulse Pizza then.
yeah,
The next
good though.
it was
It was
very,
good
very
pizza.
good. Very
You take the
good.
glasses off now.
We're
Don't
in
have to.
business now. Warm up gigs.
Yes.
Are they going to go straight in there to Cardiff Millennium Stadium, and that's the first gig back? Are they going to do warm up gigs? If so, where? How many of them? Are they going to be actually the thing people want tickets to get to go and see?
Where was like like King Tut's Wawa Hut or whatever, where they got signed in
Yeah.
in Glasgow or whatever. Like, are they going to do these like epic? Remember this? Oh, there's some kind of famous Manchester place shithole they used to play all the time, or I don't think. I think they're just going to go
I
straight
think
to
they're
the
going
big
to go
time.
straight into
All
it
business, all money, like no mucking
because
around.
they're playing Cardiff first. You think the first Oasis gig back is like the most monumental thing,
Yeah,
and it's in Cardiff.
yeah.
That's
Warm up,
where
right?
on the previous episode I mentioned that I cried at Billy Joel. That's where I went and saw him. And when I went there, it was between 600 and £1,000 to go stay in Cardiff that night. And what bands would do, like I used to work in that kind of live music thing, they'll go and rehearse in a place where they set up and do a full dress rehearsal. So they're going to do that, and they're not going to need to. They've been Liam just played a bunch of Oasis songs. They know they're capable.
Yeah, but you're saying the first time they play together in front of anybody is going to be in front of like 70,000 people.
It'll be like, oh, it was a bit ropey in the news, but then when it comes to Wembley, it'll be like monumental 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
Like
the Guardian.
it's either going to go, like 5 stars or 1 star. Like they should have
Yeah,
done
you
this.
can't
They've
go it.
soiled the legacy. But I don't think they're going to do a warm-up show because they might be though. They might do, but I doubt it.
No.
Like,
Imagine, how would you get tickets for that? That'd be if there was a 300
another
person
ballot,
venue.
like
Yeah,
another,
but-
like
Yeah, but then
like-
it doesn't matter. It's just like sell them to.
But-
It doesn't matter who's there because it's not them back. It's them warming up for being
But
back.
you'll get if you have a small venue like anywhere, whatever, King Tut's or whatever. It'll be hell. Like outside
yeah.
will just
It'll
be
just break the
the
doors
gig
in.
won't start because it will be a literal riot.
It won't start, will it?
Thousands upon thousands of people trying to get into this small venue. It'll be too much of a danger. Like
Yeah.
nobody's gonna. Well, I guess I'm not going. People will try to get in. Like,
Well, we will for the podcast,
Yeah.
right? We will be on the scene
there's like
going out to Glasgow.
people have tried to break into venues for lesser kind of artists. So if
Yeah.
Oasis are playing the Water Rats in London,
Yeah.
it's like
yeah,
not-
but then they play like whatever the theatre is in Plymouth or Inverness or somewhere like that, where
Yeah.
it's like geographically they're miles away from stuff.
yeah, they could play like
Yeah.
anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter. And people would travel on the polar ice caps, and people would be there. There'd be
That's true.
thousands of people
Yeah.
hoping to just get into the
Yeah,
igloo.
we'd
or
learn how
whatever it
to
is.
like man a boat to get
Yeah.
up there. Yeah.
So when Blur did their reunion, which I know is a very
Boo.
lower level scale to what this is going to be, but they played like Colchester Arts Centre and like a few other places because that's where like they're from. That's like their hometown.
Right.
Even
Oasis,
sell 3 nights out at Wembley. Like
Oasis aren't going to do that obviously in Manchester, but they have to get their eye in somewhere. I know they can do pre-tour rehearsals, but they can't be cold in front of a crowd
Yeah.
on that night in Cardiff.
But
Surely.
I mean,
But-
Blur played in 2016, wasn't it? That was like their last.
But they come back every 2 years, and you're
yeah,
like, you're
they
not
come out and
surprised
do
by
it. It's like
But-
part like Paul Daniels. Paul Daniels.
Phil Daniels.
Phil
Daniels. He
yeah.
comes out and shakes it, and he makes his money for the year. Like he's not an
Yeah.
EastEnders anymore, is he? So he's got nothing going on. No one's buying Quadrophenia on DVD. So
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it depends. Yeah, I think they won't do a warm up. I don't know what you see about like going in cold and stuff, but yeah, it's just
I think you're right that they
Imagine
all,
that.
including whoever the backing band are, they've all been playing these songs.
Yeah.
ever since. It's
Yeah.
not like they've been
Yeah.
doing nothing.
You can't
Like
get these songs wrong.
they've all been singing them. They've
yeah.
all been playing them.
Every
Yeah.
They're
every
warm.
14-year-old in the UK learns these songs.
Yeah, it's
so
not King
like,
Crimson, live in
Yeah.
San
Yeah.
Francisco or something. It's a whole thing. And the songs, like we said before, it's like the crowd is going to carry the songs. You don't even need Liam on stage. You just need the music. We'll fill in the gaps.
But is that a heroic comeback though, where it's like, oh, they were all over the shop, but the crowd carried them? That
Nah.
is,
Yeah,
did they
I've
care?
seen
Liam's
people-
on it though.
Do they
Liam's
care?
like on it
He
now.
is on
Like
it.
he's
He's-
not.
yeah.
I'm not like following his like gigs and stuff, but he seems pretty with it, and he's not going to be going mental on a bender anymore.
No,
He's a 50-something-year-old dad.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's in good shape and stuff. So him and Noel just go out there and just hopefully they don't just go through the motions. Hopefully it's like
well, but would you expect anything else? Because they're not like
yeah. I don't care about them rekindling
yeah.
but then it's like they'll get through it. But that's like another thing of like I don't know if I'm way off here, but it's funny to these guys doing it. Like that's the whole point of it. It's like well. There'll be turbulence to them. The fact that we're following him and it's like, oh, we've known all this squabbling through all the years.
It's all
since
fake.
they
They all
split,
go to their
when
Sunday
they were doing- when
Sunday
they were
dinner at their
together.
mum's, right?
we're even
Every
to
week.
the point where people are saying like, oh, well, it's good for their mum Peg. It's
Right.
like, why do we know their mum's name? It's
Yeah.
like, and we're like, oh, well, Peg gets her kids around at Christmas. It's like we've gotten to that point. We're so
Yeah.
invested in
It
their
was
like,
all,
bullshit. Like
She's a
like,
support.
unbelievable.
That's why we know her.
Yeah.
yeah,
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 she's
Peg will
coming
come
out,
out
And
yeah,
get Paul out
she'll
as
sing
well.
some old Irish songs, do a dance or something, and then she'll get like a Uber straight back to her house in wherever Mansfield or wherever she's living.
Is that a show of strength? Them not doing a support a warm up gig.
Yeah, I think you come out, you blow the doors off, you go home.
Yeah.
Just do that for whatever it is, 20 nights,
Yeah,
whatever.
they could come out and play
then they got-
Lila for an hour and a half, and people would say it's 5 out of 5. Like,
We wouldn't.
Yeah. But they
Yeah.
just released like gigs in the September of next year, right? 2
Yeah.
gigs. Is that in London?
next year.
The same year we're going.
2025,
Yeah,
2025.
that's
Next.
absolutely right. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
this
so it's
year.
like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is next
So it
year.
is
No,
what-
I thought I was like fucking hell. Like it's a year between the pre-sale. Yeah.
No, because remember we brought
I'm always
Peter.
living in the future.
I brought Peter Kay tickets like 2 years in advance, and I was on the website and
Still haven't seen
I
them.
could buy it up to like 2026, and that was in a strange way, that was like a small version of this hype because it was like Northern guy, we loved him 15, 20 years ago.
He's back.
Never got to see him because we were too young or we were just not there, we just weren't around for it. And he's come back and it's the O2 and here we go, you buying tickets 2 years in advance. And we sat there and we were like, oh yeah, this isn't this.
And
this
he
is-
rinsed us for
yeah, whatever it was. And it was like, oh, you're doing all these jokes about like 1960s adverts that no one, even including our mums, were just like, yeah, we don't know what this is anymore.
TV was quite regional back in the day, so it didn't really work.
Well, that's what I mean. So what's my mum from Pompey going to know about the
Yeah.
peas
Like,
advert from 65 years ago?
I've been telling people this for years, and I don't know if it's bullshit. Did Vimto exist down south?
It
for
definitely
a
existed
bit?
up north.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my dad told me that Vimto wasn't a thing. It was like Channel 5 in the south.
Well, we
You
had
didn't have
Ribena,
it,
right?
and then it eventually came through.
We had Ribena.
Right, see, we had Ribena.
Yeah, of course,
Rib-
Ribena.
But
come on.
Vimto's just, isn't it just concentrated?
Vimto's
Ribena?
better. Like, it's way
I
better.
don't know. I've had it a few times. But
Ribena's
I didn't
like
have
more
it too much.
bitter. It's black currants.
Yeah, but it
Vimto's
isn't Vimto black currant.
chemicals.
But that was like the old Fanta and the old Sunny D where it would like turn you orange. And it would
Yeah,
mess you
like-
up. It's like,
Yeah, Glory days.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was
The
good.
Oasis
Yeah.
era.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Bring back Sunny D at the bar.
They're the tour
Like
sponsor.
original recipe. Yeah.
Yeah, like
We're all orange.
I'm hoping when we go to the gig, it's like behind the back. You get a pint of Joseph Holt's lager, and then if you don't want that, you've got Dandelion and Burdock fizzy Vimto. Like
Taddies.
it's like a chippy basically.
Yeah, bag of pork scratching.
Yeah,
and a
that's it.
pickled egg
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
exactly.
pickled
Like,
eggs.
for 25 quid.
25. Yeah, exactly. In the tote bag that you get with the Oasis thing. Yeah. That's it. If you can stand at the back and you can watch them from the stands for 50 quid extra.
but yeah, like what the fuck were we talking about? Like,
We're
We're talking about, are they actually going to go in cold?
yeah, they're gonna go in cold.
Yeah, they're
they
gonna
don't
go in
need to
cold, yeah.
Liam's not doing warm ups. Is it? Maybe he is. Maybe that entire tour
Yeah.
with John Squire was a warm up for whatever he was doing.
Well, maybe because they played.
they were playing like
I
the
think they-
Academy and stuff.
They
like.
played like 10 songs from the album and they didn't do an Oasis cover or a Roses cover. And they
Was
did
he on the
like
Reading
Jumping
one?
Jack Flash or something. No, I think they
No,
just
that was
did,
just Liam
they just did
Yeah.
like a month
headline
of
doing
gigs and that was it.
Liam's thing. There can't be any special guests, though.
Yeah.
Apart
the
from
last song, just
maybe
Weller
that,
coming
but
Bring
out,
that,
bring
like,
Marr out. Bring
Supernova.
Johnny Marr out. Bring
Yeah.
Paul Weller out to do
Supernova.
Supernova or something.
but that's taken away from them. It's all about them.
Yeah, but the last song.
They're not.
After
They're not
2 hours
Elton
of
or
music, you do
McCartney or
a little
Glastonbury. Are
drop.
they? They're like, it's all about them.
But Paul McCartney's not. Yeah, imagine that he came out.
The Mac. Just
They're
doing
not
his
going to,
thing.
because that's what I'm saying. But they bring people out because it
Big
elevates
Mac.
because they've been going
No.
the whole time. Whereas this is like
Yeah.
they're back. They're not going to be like, oh, and here's
But I
like,
think Squire's down the list.
here's
enough that
the
it's like-
Killers coming out with us. Like, it's not going to happen, is it?
Here's someone who's might support Gerry Cinnamon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, you always say that.
Yeah, Jerry.
You've been
He's
saying that for every
Liam's
gig.
#1 support act for like 4 years. Like,
Beans
He'll
on
get 'em
toast.
going.
I've never heard of him.
but if that's someone where it's like divided by the venues, he could easily do the 2 Hampden Park ones. He could do the Hampden Park days.
Oh, you
then
think
they could, if they divide it gig by gig, you could see him doing that.
Oh, so that means that Mannix would do the Welsh ones. Whoever.
Yeah.
Blossoms in Manchester.
Blossoms in and then who we got? Who's like a Londony. Who's low enough down that they're not going to eclipse Oasis in some form.
Well, I've heard
But-
Noel Gallagher talk about young fathers before.
I just can't
I
imagine
don't know.
that.
I just
can't
think of that
imagine
crowd. We'll just eat everyone
Yeah,
alive.
Yeah,
I'd
they're
take
gonna
that to
get
be
bottled.
the first opener. They'd be wicked.
It's
I'd
got to
love
be
see
simple.
them,
It's
like-
got to be
They're
like
gonna get bottled
classic.
off.
That'd be so good.
Like Ocean Colour Scene for London or something. You know,
Yeah.
someone that's just kind of warm and tepid for
Yeah,
that kind of
like-
thing. And shit, like no one wants to hear. But
I'd love to hear him.
yeah,
Oh,
That'd be
man, I
amazing.
would-
That'd
yeah,
be
that'd be
sick.
so
Alright,
good.
alright.
Like,
all right,
T-
that's
TFI
2 against 1. I'll do my
Friday
research. I'll come back
on a
from this.
Wednesday.
We'll discuss
Amazing.
this next time.
So
Yeah.
I think an oldie and a newie are
Okay,
going to be
yeah,
the supports,
like
right?
a-
If they got 2 supports, if that's our like
So
working
it's
thesis.
Liam's band, Ocean Colour Scene,
Yeah.
Oasis in London.
Yeah,
specifically. in
I'm
London.
calling it. It's one of them's going to be Liam's son's band. One of them's going to be Inhaler.
Sam Fender,
But yes,
Ah, Sam Fender. Yeah.
Sammy,
Yeah. Sammy F.
Sam the
Jerry.
Pan. Yeah,
Jez.
Let's sum up with let's pick a dozen acts who we think will be in there,
Per
and we'll
area?
go around. So you start, Tom. You pick
Well,
one,
I'm
and we'll
one
see
of the-
how many we get right.
You know me, Mannix, all the way through.
Fender,
Fontaine's DC.
get away.
No, Ocean Colour Scenes. Who I want to see.
in London.
I want to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ocean Colour Scene.
And Weller.
Weller.
And
Is-
Weller.
is Weller
for
your choice?
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I
I'm thinking
mean,
regionally now. I'm thinking different
you're
things.
going for Weller.
Do they want to drag someone to Cardiff and then to Heaton Park?
Would you rather Weller or would you rather
Johnny Marr.
the Well Dressed Society? What was he in? The
Oh,
Fine Fit Brigade.
Style Council.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Well, I saw Weller this year, and he dragged out old Mickey Blue Eyes from
Yeah.
Style Council, and he did
Yeah.
one song. So technically, I've seen the Style Council.
Yeah,
this
like
year.
we've got Style Council out.
Yeah, but can you imagine the Oasis crowd? Half of the crowd won't know who that is because that was like a 6-year band in 1982 to 1988 or something stupid, and they're bringing out Ever Changing Moods, and it's like no one knows what that is anymore. I do.
That's never going to happen, is it?
No, it's not.
It's going to
Paul
be.
Weller's not going to like.
It's going to
play
be
second fiddle.
Blossoms
It's gonna
playing
be
all the
Blossoms
Blossom songs.
and
Is what it's
Liam's
going to
band-
be.
Liam's
That's
son's band.
Blossoms. Blossoms.
Ladies and gentlemen, special guest for tonight, Radiohead.
But whoever it is, we're not going to care, right? Honestly,
It doesn't matter.
honestly,
It's
yeah.
by the by. I tell you,
Yeah.
probably the bloody Hives who seem to support everything
Yes,
going. Right,
yeah.
that's going to be
I've
it.
seen them,
Right,
like, 5
the
times.
Hives.
Just-
I see them every night.
go to
like,
the-
honestly,
and an
they'll
open
play
mic night, and
anything,
they're playing. Yeah.
He will play,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it's not too far off, right?
Yeah.
Two Door Cinema Club. That sort of level of indie band who are a bit
Yeah.
old now, so that they're not. They're no Fontaines. They're not
They're not-
peaking.
yeah.
They're
they're
very
down the
happy. They've
roster.
had a very good career. They've got some good songs. That's
They're on the greatest hit circuit now, like
Yeah.
everyone else. Yeah.
There's a glaring one that we're missing that is going to be in it, and when they announced it, we're like, of course it's that band.
Well, I don't know.
Of course
don't know.
it's Jamie T. Like
Yeah.
could be. Could
I
be.
honestly think
Londoner.
I think Johnny
the
Marr is right
Libertines
in that
could
sweet
support actually. Like
If
I think-
Pete's past it,
I
you
don't know.
can't-
I
you
think
can't keep it up
I
anymore.
think they're
dirty,
not.
pretty things.
They're not going to put
Baby
another
shambles.
Razorlight.
Yeah,
get Razorlight in
yeah,
there. Get Razorlight in there.
Golden Touch, boys.
They're not going to pick another band to. They're not going to pick a band who some people consider past it. They're not going to
I'll
go for
cut
the
that.
Libertines, where like some people consider them very, very past it.
I don't know if that's the same audience though, because like you think of the older gents,
Yeah,
they're going to shun the Libertines.
The Cribs.
that's the,
Oh, I
The
love the
Cribs.
Cribs. My favourite. I know you guys aren't fans.
I
but
like the
that's-
Cribs. I like their first 2 albums.
Yeah,
Cribs were
first three.
underneath Johnny Marr when I saw High Flying Birds.
Oh, well, there we are. So it speaks to something then.
Well, guys, that was the Mad For It podcast episode 2. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.